In the middle of a dark, decaying room, a cracked mirror on the wall begins to shimmer. Its surface cold and unnatural. It doesn't just reflect who you are. It shows what you fear most. That chilling phrase echoed in my mind the moment I stepped closer. And what I saw in that mirror still haunts me. What could it possibly reveal about me, or even you? Let's find out. This asylum, forgotten by time and hidden from the world, sits in total darkness, its decaying walls echoing with faint whispers that no one can explain. The air is thick with the scent of mildew and rot. Locked behind a rusted door, there's a mirror no one dares touch. It's said to hold a terrible secret, a reflection that isn't your own, but something far darker. Locals won't even speak of it. Tonight, I'm stepping into this forsaken place, determined to uncover the truth behind the mirror's curse. As I move deeper into the asylum, I hear footsteps. Steady, but there's no one around. The temperature drops, and I can almost see my breath. That's when I notice it. The mirror's surface starts to shimmer, as if something on the other side is watching me. What could it be? Let's find out together. The history of this mirror is as chilling as the asylum itself. It was commissioned by a reclusive millionaire, a man obsessed with alternate realities, and the idea that our reflections could be portals to darker versions of ourselves. He brought in a team of craftsmen to create this mirror, but soon after, strange things began to happen. One by one, people who came too close to it began disappearing. Those who were found, their faces forever frozen in terror, were found staring at the mirror, unable to look away. Local legends speak of a former nurse who worked here. She claims she saw her darker self staring back at her from the mirror, an image so twisted and horrifying that it drove her to madness. She was never the same after that night, and she left town with nothing but a warning: never look into the mirror alone. It doesn't just reflect, it judges. But here's the most chilling part. The mirror's surface isn't made of glass like you'd expect. It's a polished obsidian, rumored to trap souls within it. No one knows who or what could be trapped inside, but something in that mirror has a power that can bend reality itself. As I step deeper into the asylum, the weight of the place presses down on me. The air is thick, heavy with the stale scent of decay. Dust clings to every surface, and the silence is suffocating, broken only by the occasional creak of old wood underfoot. I come across a room that looks like it was abandoned mid-sentence. A journal lies open on the floor, covered in a thin layer of dust. The handwriting is frantic, scribbled in haste. The mirror shows the truth we are too afraid to see. The words send a shiver down my spine, hinting at the horrors I'm about to uncover. Then, a chilling sound cuts through the stillness. An audio recording, faint but clear, of a patient's scream. The words are barely understandable, but the fear is unmistakable. "It's not me! It's not me!" The desperation in their voice makes my heart race, and I feel a sudden compulsion to move forward, to see this mirror for myself. As I approach the room, the temperature drops. The air around me grows unnaturally cold, and I can feel a breeze brushing against my skin. Except, there's no wind. It seems to come directly from the direction of the mirror. My breath quickens, and every nerve in my body screams to turn back. But something keeps pulling me forward. When I finally stand before the mirror, I notice something terrifying. Scratches mar the walls around it, deep gouges, as if someone, or something, tried to claw their way out. The surface of the mirror ripples when I touch it, as though it's alive, breathing with a life of its own. A chill runs through me as I realize this mirror isn't just a reflection. It's something much more sinister. Then, as I stare into the dark surface, I feel it. I'm being watched. My reflection. It doesn't mimic my movements. It moves independently, a shadow in the corner of my eye. It's as if whatever's inside the mirror isn't content just to observe. It's trying to get out. And that's when I realize something horrifying. The reflection isn't me at all. It's something else. Something darker. A part of me wants to run, but I can't tear my eyes away. Something about the mirror is drawing me in, like a force stronger than fear itself. I'm not sure how much longer I can resist the urge to look deeper. As I stand frozen in front of the mirror, my reflection slowly begins to shift. At first, it's subtle, a flicker in the corner of my eye, a hesitation in its movements. Then, it becomes undeniable. The reflection stares back at me with eyes that don't belong to me. They're darker, emptier, as though the very soul behind them has been drained. A sinister grin spreads across its face, one I know I'm not making. Suddenly, it speaks, its voice cold and devoid of emotion. "You shouldn't have come here." The sound reverberates through the room, but the words don't come from the mirror. They're everywhere, surrounding me, wrapping around me like icy chains. I stumble backward, my heart pounding, but the reflection doesn't move with me. It stays pressed against the glass, watching me, that grin growing wider. I take another step back, but now the reflection does the opposite. It steps closer to the surface of the mirror, its hand pressing against the glass. The room begins to tremble, a low rumble that grows louder with every passing second. Cracks start to form along the edges of the mirror, spiderwebbing across its surface. Panic surges through me. I need to get out of here. Now. But my legs feel like lead, rooted to the spot, as if the mirror itself is holding me there. The reflection presses harder against the glass, and I realize with mounting horror that it's not trapped. It's trying to escape. The air grows heavy, suffocating, and the room feels like it's closing in. I hear whispers now, faint but insistent, as though dozens of voices are urging the reflection forward. The cracks spread rapidly, and with a deafening shatter, the mirror explodes. I shield my face as shards fly everywhere, but when I lower my arms, I see it. The reflection isn't in the mirror anymore. It's standing right in front of me. Its grin is wider than ever, and its voice is chillingly calm, as it says, "You've freed me. Now, it's your turn to stay." Before I can react, the room plunges into darkness. I feel a cold hand on my shoulder, and a scream tears from my throat as the world around me disappears. The last thing I see before the camera cuts to black is the mirror, now whole again. But this time, I'm the one inside, pounding against the glass as my reflection smiles back at me from the outside. Then, silence. I thought I could uncover the truth, but now I realize I was wrong. The mirror isn't just cursed. It's alive, watching, waiting, and it's still out there, hidden in the shadows. I became part of its story, and now I'm trapped in its world. But the real question is, what happens to those who dare to see their alternate selves? Do they ever escape, or does the mirror take their place forever? What would you do if you faced your darkest reflection? Would you look, or would you turn away? Share your theories in the comments below. And if you're ready to uncover more chilling mysteries like this, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. You don't want to miss what's coming next, because some stories are more than just stories.